Comparing LeBron James and Michael Jordan, where do they rank? I think at this point, a lot of people are putting, there's his tail, a lot of people are putting LeBron 2, Jordan 1. And some people are flip-flopping it, but I think the consistent opinion is those are the top two guys. I have a slightly different list, but that's just my own personal opinion. Give me a second while I knock my cat off the table. Go. Okay, well, now that's taken care of. So, LeBron versus Jordan. How do you compare two guys like this? And I thought about it. When it comes to rap, no one has a better catalog or a better resume than Jay-Z. He's got arguably the most classics, by far the most hits. He's got the best model in terms of how to do it. Like, there's so many guys now who come up and they're like, I'm going to try to do it like Jay. I'm going to do it like Hove, because he showed us the way to do it even back in the 90s. How to not only just be a rapper, but a manager, a mogul, a businessman, the whole thing. He's got it down. He's great. And he's got the talent to back it up. Then there's guys like Nas, who isn't quite the businessman or the mogul that Jay-Z is, or maybe not the model that you'd want to follow, but the talent and the peak performance is undeniable. I'm not going to really go into who my top 5 all-time list is in this podcast, but I'll at least say this. Nas, to me, is the most talented rapper of all time. Actually, I'm taking that back. Apologize. Nas, to me, is the greatest rapper of all time, but I just thought of someone who's even better. Lil Wayne is the most talented rapper to me of all time. I don't care. People are going to sit and say, oh, he's whack, he's this, he's that. You cannot deny his peak performance between 2006 through 2011 and even 2012. You can make the case. He put on the greatest 6-year stretch you will ever see from a hip-hop artist or just an artist in general. That, to me, is Michael Jordan. The most talented, the highest peak performance. I'd also throw Biggie in that if we're talking about rappers. Like, Biggie and Wayne are much more like Michael, whereas LeBron is much more Jay-Z and Eminem. I'll even throw in there. Jay-Z and Eminem might have the two best catalogs and resumes of anybody in hip-hop. If everyone has to submit their catalog and resume to the Rap Hall of Fame and say, hey, do I get accepted? Jay-Z and Eminem can put the resume on the table and it's a wrap. They're getting in. They're all-time great players. If LeBron puts his resume into the Hall of Fame, he's in. Doesn't matter. His resume is that great. Jordan puts his resume up there just like, we can make a case the first year or first 2 years and then the back end years with the Wizards, which no one likes to talk about. Little sketchy. Or you put in the first couple years even, can it beat the Pistons? But then you sit there and you look at that 8-year stretch of the most dominant. LeBron is on one of the greatest 5-year runs ever. No one will ever top what Jordan did in those 6 years between his 2 3-peats. You just won't. It is all time. It is historic. It is a masterpiece. It is the highest peak or climax of any player in NBA history, arguably in sports history. That's what Lil Wayne and Nas are compared to Jay-Z and Eminem, and that is what Michael is compared to LeBron. I'm willing to concede LeBron by the time it's all said and done, will have had the better career than Michael Jordan. He is not the better player, though. The better player is the peak. Baseball guys, you'll love this. One of the big arguments with Baseball Hall of Fame is it's the peak years. Your WAR. What is your peak WAR? during your, and baseball players, usually when they're up for the Hall of Fame, it's a 10-year stretch. And the guys who have the elite of the elite 10-year stretches look kind of better and more favorably than the guys who just have the long careers and stack numbers together. LeBron, when it's all said and done, will have more points, rebounds, assists. I don't think he'll have more titles. But of pretty much every statistical category, he will be better than Jordan is. Jordan will always have the higher peak. Jordan was when at his best was the better player. That's how I view guys. How are you at your best? At his best, Michael Jordan is the greatest player ever. I think Kobe Bryant is the second greatest player ever. And then I have Magic, Bird, and LeBron tied for about third. Because LeBron's best is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. This is by no means am I shaming LeBron or saying he's not a great player. He's not one of the all-time players. He's on Mount Rushmore, guys. Don't freak out. He's just not Jordan. Jordan at his peak is higher than LeBron at his peak. It's just how they are. Gosh, I can't wait to get hate for that. Oh, you said Jordan was better than LeBron. I'm like, well, yeah, it's almost like he's been the best best basketball player of all time for like the last 20 years. Wow, think of that. I hate how people react to LeBron, but I've already said that multiple times.